The world learns is changing. Traditional classrooms and lecture halls are no longer meeting the needs of today's adult learner. Students are bored, uninspired, and unengaged. Right now, we're going to talk a bit about connected communities and how they can help keep your adult students engaged. The Connected Communities Engagement Technique is designed to help teachers keep their students interested in what they're learning while also gaining greater understanding of their own feelings, opinions, and principles, as well as those of others. The Connected Communities Engagement Strategy, or Sister Class, or Global Classroom, as it is also known, works like this. It is simply two classes interacting together, enhancing each other's learning by interacting with students other than their classmates. The interacting classes can be similar or completely different, depending on your learning outcomes. The role of the teacher in a connected community or sister class is to facilitate, monitor, and assess the students as they interact with their partner. There's a lot of planning that goes into organizing a connected community activity. Make sure you check out the resources I've added to the end of this presentation. As this may be a new experience for a lot of students, it is important to take the time to properly plan, organize, and explain the activity to your students. The instructor should also keep a close eye on students as they interact with their partners. Make sure that they are staying on task and being respectful of one another, especially when dealing with differences of opinion or potentially sensitive issues. Finally, it is always our jobs as instructors to assess our students' learning. Is the activity valuable or a waste of time? Does the activity align with your learning objectives, or are there adjustments that need to be made? Students have three roles in a connected community. One is to get as much information as they can from their partner. Students use their partner as their resource to investigate, interview, or research the learning objective that you have assigned. Your student's second role is then the reverse of the first. Your student will now become the resource of information for their partner in their sister class. The third role of your student is to then share their findings with the other students in your class. Here's how I would use this strategy with my biology students. University students love coffee. No, scratch that, they live off of coffee. I would arrange for my class here in Vancouver, BC, to Skype with another class from Brazil, where most of the world's coffee beans come from. At the end of my Connected Communities activity, students will be able to express their feelings about fair trade coffee and if it actually makes a difference. The teacher in Brazil would also have a learning outcome for his or her students to explore with my students. It might be about coffee, it might be about something else. But basically, the students will take turns interviewing each other and formulating their own opinions about the subject. After a few interview sessions, we could then come back together as a class and share our findings, feelings, and final thoughts. Are you starting to get the idea? You probably have a lot of questions and concerns about the strategy. Here are some tips to help your connected community strategy run more smoothly. You, the teacher, have to decide on a clear learning objective for students to explore that would be enhanced by interacting with another class. Take some time to get to know the teacher you'll be working with and make sure they are a good fit for you and your class. There are some good online resources to help teachers around the globe connect. Again, check out the resources I have for you at the end. Will students be meeting face-to-face, emailing, or Skyping? Whatever you choose, make sure that your students are outfitted with the proper technology and plan your time accordingly. Finally, determine your assessment strategy. Having a clear marking rubric will help both you and your students stay on track. For more details on these and other best practices, please visit Kim Cofino's blog below. So what can your class gain by joining a global classroom? Globalizing the classroom gives your students access to the world's expertise and raises multicultural awareness, provides an authentic audience, allows for cooperative learning opportunities, and creates magical learning environments. This student engagement technique exposes students to a wider range of perspectives and ideas, motivates students to discuss topics with peers at a deeper level, and provides a structured context to explore linkages that extend beyond the usual confines of a single course. Like everything in life, however, as magical as a global classroom sounds, it does not come without its limitations. Things to watch out for include eye contact. Effective group communication requires eye contact for conversational turn-taking, perceived attention, and intent. Current video conferencing technology gives the impression that participants are avoiding eye contact. In written communication, remember the reader cannot see your face. Humor may often be interpreted literally and misunderstood. Use emoticons and punctuation such as asterisks to make emphasis. Be certain to state your emotions. Do not assume they are known. Technical challenges with the programming and the internet connections may also arise. Watch out for superficial conversations. Make sure students are having real conversations and not reading scripts, notes, or saying only what they think the other person wants to hear. And accuracy. Your students are going to be their partner's main resource for whatever their project may be. It is crucial then that your students do not answer questions with false information or guess, so as not to appear stupid or unprepared during the conversation. Students need to be prepared to be asked questions they are uncomfortable with or do not know the answers to, and must learn to take the time to really think or research their answers as to not misinform their other student. It is okay to answer, "I don't know. I need to think about or research that more, and then I'll get back to you." Today's students are graduating into a world that is interconnected as never before. As citizens in the 21st century, they are required to be responsible and responsive to the myriad complex problems and issues of global and local concern, whether in health, environment, peace, or economic security. This shifting global context demands that students today develop the knowledge, skills, attributes, and commitment to global citizenship through the educational process. If you think you're ready to join a connected community, I encourage you to take a look at the resources below. There are some great resources out there to help teachers plan, organize, and get things started. Good luck, and I hope you do give it a try.